Okay, right now the AC is running 100% on solar power. Coming here in the computer, I'll show you what's going on. Right now, she's bringing in 28 watts. Hopefully it's a little sunny, so yeah, okay, the clouds are bouncing around, so she's charging at 29. We're using 276 watts, so that means the compressor's not on. But I do have a little portable heater here. We'll switch that sucker on to high, and you'll watch the current draw, the active power go up. Let's go up here, and you'll see what happened to the amps. Now we're only charging at 13. We're bringing in 38 amps. So that means now the whole house, the air conditioner and the heater, are running off of basically the sun, and we're still putting 8 to 10 amps in the batteries. Now I'm going to switch the heater off. Damn, that thing's getting hot. Okay, switch that off and watch what happens. We're putting 32 amps in the batteries again. Now switch the heater back on. It's a soft start, so it takes a second. It'll drop back down to 4 amps. Now what I'm trying to do is, if the compressor will kick on, or the fridge, maybe we can indulge into the batteries. What will happen is, if you use more amps than you're making, it'll pull it from the batteries. Right now is not a good example because the sun's out, shining pretty good, I guess. On cloudy days though, you can watch it bounce back and forth. It regulates power. You don't even know it. You don't see the lights flicker. Nothing. Excellent system, excellent transition from solar to battery to even utility if needed. And you won't even know it unless you're looking at the screen to see what's going on. Right now you can see the utility is off. I try and leave the utility off most of the time unless I need to charge batteries. I've only had it on a few times since I've got the system. System is a work in progress. But right now was a good time. I had the AC on and everything. Wanted to show you guys how I'm getting free air conditioning during the daytime. And what will happen that's kind of annoying to me is when the batteries top off, the amps will pull back just to float the battery. So you could say you could be producing 37 amps, but it'll only show 4. And then if you switch the AC or the heater on, you'll see the actual amp draw go up. And that means that you are not using all the power that's coming in from the solar panels. So that's kind of a good thing. That means your batteries are fully charged and you're just sitting there, you know, loaded and ready to go, so to speak. But there is power being wasted that could be used. So at that point you could switch your AC on high, cool the house down nice for the evening. Or if it's cold out, turn the heater on, whatever. I'm still feeling the heat from this thing over here. Oh, it's on. Okay, here's an example. Sun went behind the cloud. We're only making 13 amps. I got the heater on high. It's pulling 8 amps. Now you can see the sun's coming back out. It's making the transition on a cloudy day. Now we're bringing in 24 amps, and we were using 3 amps in the battery. Now it's switched back over. Now it's putting it back in the battery. That's a pretty good example for you right there. And even on a cloudy day you get free air conditioning, because when it uses from the batteries it puts it back in, as long as you have enough solar power. And even if not, it'll just run the batteries down till you hit your cutoff voltage, whatever you have, whatever parameters you have set up, and then it'll just kick to utility. That's how I have it, solar battery utility. You can also set it up to run off utility only, and if the power goes out, it'll kick into the batteries. It's a very versatile system. And I am using the system as a battery management system for my lithium batteries by certain cutoffs back to the grid voltage. When the batteries get down to 51 volts, I could go lower, but it'll kick on to the grid and start charging the batteries. And when the batteries reach 57 volts, shuts the grid off and goes back to solar, and or batteries. It goes back to batteries, depending on if it's day or night. But that could happen anytime. If you deplete the batteries down to 51 volts, it'll just kick over to the grid, recharge your batteries, and then start you back over. This system is awesome.